Hey guys, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is you may be in the world. I'm not quite sure what happened, a little bit of a tech glitch there, but I think we're back up and running. As always, guys, I'm your host, Daniel Carmack, and tonight what we're going to talk about, guys, is we're going to talk about using Facebook. Specifically, I'm going to kind of go over some tips that will help you with social media in general, but we're going to talk about Facebook specifically, about how to use Facebook to attract new customers to you. Okay, so let me pose a couple of questions to you as we get started. Right. So what would it mean to you if you had a method to not have to search after customers and you had them looking for you and what it is that you offer, right? And what would it do for your business if you had this constant stream of people, knocking on your door versus the different methods of advertising or cold calling or hanging flyers and things like that? What would that do for your business? And if you had those two things, guys, what would that be worth to you? Okay, so and don't worry, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm going to give it to you for free, right? So what I'm going to provide you over the next few days is 7 proven steps to help you do just that: attract new customers to you using Facebook. All right. So again, as always, guys, when you jump in, let me know where you're coming in from. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you drop hashtag replay, because I would love to come back in and give you a shout out later on. All right. So I'm building my energy up here, guys. I started a new workout today, and to be completely honest, it just kicked my ass. So I'm trying to bring it up to a 10 as always when we're here together. So let's get into it. Okay. So as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, guys, you wear a lot of different hats. And I know everybody, especially in this day and age, has heard that social media is, the place to be. It's the way to grow if you want to step into the 21st, 22nd century as we move forward. Then you got to get on social media. But I also understand that as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, you're busy. And a lot of times you don't necessarily want to have to test the waters, if you would, and, kind of figure out what works. So that's what I'm here for, guys. I'm going to give you 7 proven steps, right, over the next 3 days, right? I'm going to break this down into little bits so that way I can make sure to give you a good detailed bit of content. You can also kind of, just embody it, think about it, digest it, and then implement it, right? So we're going to do this over the next 3 days, all right? So with that being said, Sergeant Will, I appreciate you jumping in here, buddy. Let me know where you're coming in from. I don't know if you're still in Jersey or if you're down in Maryland, but I appreciate you taking time to be here. All right, guys, so step number 1 to attracting your customers, it's really a basic step that I think a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, network marketers, whatever industry you're in, I think they kind of lose focus of it, right? We're ready to start, we're hungry, we're aggressive, we're gonna sell our products to the world, we have the best thing, right? And one of the key things that I think a lot of people forget, and especially being on social media, you have to have a good foundation. And the way to have that foundation is to identify your custom avatar. That's a term that's used a lot through the attractionmarketing.com community, and I've seen it a lot of different places. And it's really just kind of identifying what your ideal customer is. Okay. And if you don't know who your ideal customer is, I'm going to give you, I got some notes over here, guys, so I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm going to give you, some ways to identify those. Okay. So number 1 is, what is your product? What are you selling? Are you in the health and wellness business? Are you in the travel business? Are you, in the coaching and mentoring business? What is it that what is your product, right? And who buys these products, right? Are they male? Are they female? How old are they? Hey, Aguayo Garcia, I appreciate you jumping on here. So what is it that, you know, who is it that they are? Like I said, are they males? Are they females? What is their age? Because you got to think about it, guys. When we're talking to, you know, young men and women 21 to 25, we're going to have a different conversation than if we're talking to, you know, more experienced entrepreneurs, or, you know, people that are men and women that are in their, you know, 40s and 50s. So, you know, having that detailed plan is going to help. Right? Where do they work? What types of books, blogs, magazines do they read? All right. What kind of TV shows do they watch? What is it that entertains them? What is it that they're looking for? Right? What type of gurus, if you will? Where do they go to find advice? Where do they, you know, where do they look to, you know, get help and guidance from? All right. So once you identify these things and you've kind of, you know, outlined your ideal customer or your custom avatar, then you're going to know who you're targeting. That's going to help you convey your message. That's going to help you with your ad copy. That's going to help you with your headlines. What catches their attention? Where can you get in front of them because, you know, they follow Ray Higdon or Gary Vee, or, you know, where do you need to put yourself to be in front of these types of people? That's what you want to kind of identify, right? And then that's going to lead me into number 2. So once you have identified who your custom avatar is, right, the first thing that you need to go and do, you know, on the social media side is you need to have a fan page. Now, I'm sure most everybody at this stage has a personal page. My advice would be to separate the two. Now, you're going to have people that are on your personal page, friends, family, co-workers, associates that you can invite over. But and it's not because you know, you're a different person, because I think you should be genuine and true to whoever you are, no matter what you're doing, right? But you're trying to create a presence where you are becoming the authority, you know. And if you have your high school buddies that knows you as a knucklehead, or, you know, the girls that you were on the bachelorette party with, you know, they may have a little bit of trouble you know, viewing you in that light. So, you know, the second step that you want to do is create a Facebook fan or business page. They're interchangeable, those terms. They really mean and serve the same purpose. Okay. So once you have created your fan page, you want to start building your audience, guys. And if you go back to some of my very first, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3rd video that I ever did, is I talked about the most, you know, the number one thing that you need to have in order to grow your business is an audience. Well, your Facebook fan page is going to serve as your hub on Facebook. This is where you're going to run everything through. This is where you're going to grow your audience. This is where you're going to provide inspiration and motivation to your audience. This is where you're going to answer their questions. This is really where you're going to serve your audience. Because remember, again, guys, I always talk about it's about them and not you, right? So this is where this is going to be your platform in order to do that. And you're going to soon start figuring out, as you grow your your audience, right, who your tribe is, because you're going to be able to get people to like your page and they're going to be there. But as you are engaging more and you're answering their questions and you're seeing who's responding to your posts and things like that, you're going to kind of start inside of your, you know, your ecosystem. You're going to start kind of, your tribe is going to make themselves known to you. And, you know, these are going to be the leaders. These are going to be the people that, you know, you may want to invite to your team if you're in network marketing, or, you know, if you have a business where you're trying to branch out, these are going to be people that you can reach out to in that way as well. All right. So step number 1, identify your custom avatar. Step number 2, go on and create your Facebook fan page. All right. I'm going to cut it off there, guys, because like I said, I want to make sure that we go through this. If you know, sit down with a pen and paper and write it out. Those questions, let me go back over them again real quick. All right. What is your product? Who would buy your product? Are they male? Are they female? How old are they? And guys, be very specific. Don't say 21 to 25. I'm talking to a female that's 33 years old, right? Be very specific about identifying your custom avatar. Where do they work? Are they in corporate America? Are they working in a diner? Whatever it is, who is it that you want to speak to? What types of magazines and books and blogs do they read? What type of TV shows do they watch? And lastly, who are they following? Who are the gurus? Who are the people that they have already placed in that authority role to get advice from and inspiration and motivation? Okay. So once you have identified that, like I said, take time, write it out, rethink it. Maybe you think it's this person and, you kind of do it in a quick hurry. But then once you kind of break it down and you look at your product and you look at who they're talking to, it may not be the best, you may have to tweak it a little bit. And then get your fan page set up. All right. Very simple, very easy. And, the last thing I'll tell you about your fan page, guys, is make it about you. All right. So by growing your business and your customers, attracting customers to you, like they're going to want to buy from an individual and they're going to feel more compelled to buy from an individual. So when you start your Facebook fan page, make it, Williams Organic Health Store, make it Aguayo Garcia's, basketball training camp, whatever it is that, your niche is, make your fan page about that and start establishing and branding yourself. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow evening and we're going to talk about step 3 and step 4. So make sure you mark your calendar and set a timer. I appreciate everyone coming on. As always, guys, take care, be safe, live life, and remember, we create on freedom. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.